lessees with a current non-GM lease can get a 2014 Chevy Cruze LT for around $159 per month. Celebrate May in a new Chevy. Find new roads.
Jessica Simpson breaks news on her summer wedding. Next, CT.
Extraordinary outbreak of wildfires. Why investigators are looking at the possibility of arson in San Diego.
And good morning, everybody. We're live in Newhall for the Amgen cycling tour. Temperatures for the tour, well, going to be warm, but we're going to start to cool down.
And Kai, we've got trouble afoot in the Sepulveda Pass. I'll show you.
Businesses in Santa Monica go up in flames overnight. A look at the damage and who was injured.
If you're planning on heading to Castaic Lake this summer, there's a banned activity that could affect your plans.
And sugar shock. Just how much is packed into children's breakfast cereals? CBS 2 News this morning at 6 begins right now.
Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS 2 News this morning at 6.
Good morning. Welcome to CBS 2 News this morning at 6 a.m. It is Friday, May 16th. I'm Rick Garcia.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Sharon Tay. Wildfires in San Diego County are still burning out of control, but firefighters could get a break from the weather today. Now, here's a look at the very latest. 2 men allegedly seen starting 2 smaller fires were taken in for questioning. They're only persons of interest and not yet directly linked to the larger fires. A total of 7 wildfires are burning and have destroyed more than 10,000 acres. And yesterday, a badly burned body was found in a transient camp in Carlsbad. CBS 2's David Begnaud is live in San Marcos with more.
And good morning. Where we are in San Marcos, there is still a fire burning out of control. In fact, right behind me, this is one of 8 homes that has been burned by fire across the county. A lot of people are wondering what is going to happen today. The good news is firefighters are starting to get the upper hand on some of the other fires that are burning outside of the San Marcos area. But now that the sun has started to rise, many people are asking, what's the weather going to do today? Flames in San Marcos lit up the night sky as the stubborn wildfire continued to burn, keeping people from their homes.
Hopefully we can get back in, but even then the smoke's got to clear.
Choppers swept in to put out hot spots along smoldering hillsides Thursday. But triple-digit temperatures and winds sparked flare-ups and forced authorities to evacuate thousands more residents. Scott Martin and his family are taking up shelter at a hotel for now.
Literally, there were black clouds and flames just coming right down the hill from our front door.
The fire is burning everything in its path. This home right behind me in San Marcos reduced to rubble. Firefighters say what makes this wildfire so difficult to battle is that it's essentially creating its own weather pattern as it sucks in oxygen. Further west in Carlsbad, crews have made significant progress. That news, though, did little to comfort residents who've completely lost their homes.
I'm very upset, but what can you say? I'm alive. It's okay, and you just have to look at it that way, I guess.
Cooler temperatures and calmer winds are forecast for today, and firefighters say that could help them gain more control of the multiple fires burning around San Diego. There may be one death linked to these fires. In the city of Carlsbad, officials say at least one badly burned body has been found. Other than that, no major injuries have been reported. In San Marcos, I'm David Begnaud. We'll send it back to you.
The risk of wildfires remains high across the Southland today.
And Kai Goldberg is tracking the latest conditions. He's live from Newhall for the Amgen Tour of California. Kai?
Yeah, thanks very much, Rick, Sharon, Stephanie. Good morning. Serious business, no doubt about that, in San Diego. But they will see better weather conditions as the afternoon and then the weekend moves on. So they'll see more moisture rolling into that area. Well, I'm holding this beautiful and very light bicycle because I'm live here in Newhall. It's the Amgen cycling tour. It takes place here, and the riders start to get going at about 11:30 this morning. It's a beautiful start to the morning. Temperatures already into the 60s. We've got our CBS mobile weather lab, and we've got that 60-degree temperature up on the board for you. And we're also looking at the relative humidity values, they are improving, and that's really good news. You can see the relative humidity at about 35% right now, that dew point at 32 degrees. So we are slowly starting to see that turn to the onshore flow, even out here in some of the valley areas. Still going to be a very warm day, don't get me wrong. We're talking about valley temperatures today well into the 90s. The Inland Empire could make its way into the upper 90s and once again triple digits. Right now, we're starting off the morning on the mild side in Pasadena. Got about 76 there. Van Nuys coming in at about 76 degrees as well. We'll take you out to the beaches. Santa Monica 70 right now. Long Beach coming in at 68. Downtown later on this afternoon at about 2:30, 3 o'clock, you'll be into the low 90s. So once again, not a hot day. The extreme heat beginning to end, but definitely warm. I want the kids, as they're headed off to school on this Friday morning, to definitely put on a lot of sunscreen. Moms and dads, you can even send them off to school with a cap or a hat, a sun hat, because they'll need it. It's going to be a pretty sunny and dry and warm day. But again, we'll have improved weather conditions as we head into the weekend. Here in Newhall, gorgeous. We'll have more on the Amgen cycling tour throughout the morning for you. And there's going to be a lot of road closures. And because of that, I'm going to send it over to Stephanie Simmons. She's here with a look at your time saver traffic. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Kai. No doubt about it. We've got a lot of ramp closures on the 14. We'll get to all of that in just a second. That's how the tour is affecting that traffic. But first, I want to get to current problems out there because we have a stalled big rig in a not great spot. That's in our Sepulveda Pass for the gang going up and down the 405. It's on your northbound side. Look out for that at sunset. We move to other areas and let's talk about this northbound 605 problem. It's a stall conked out there at Imperial Highway. We take a look at the 5 in and out of Norwalk. We're building right on time. That's the only place ever around town that's never Friday light. Unfortunately, you guys don't really get a break there because we've got that long-term construction. That won't wrap up until about 2018 or 19. But I promise you, when they add that carpool lane and the additional lanes, traffic's going to flow really nicely in that area. The Norwalk La Mirada crew will be thankful for that. And taking a look at current conditions in Tustin, perfect condition on the 5 in both directions. Rick.
Well, firefighters worked deep into the night to finish putting out a huge fire that burned a row of businesses in San Gabriel. The fire started around 7:30 last night on San Gabriel Boulevard near Live Oak Street. It started outside a T-Mobile phone store and quickly moved inside the building. 2 firefighters went to the hospital with minor injuries. The weather conditions made fighting the fire difficult.
Because of the weather conditions, laid really low. In addition to that, you've got the heat that we've been experiencing that creates even a harder environment for the firefighters once they wear the full turnouts, the breathing apparatus, and then have to pull the hose to the inside.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. A transformer explosion may have caused an apartment fire that forced dozens of people out of their homes overnight. It broke out around 10:45 last night in a third-floor apartment in Santa Monica. About 50 people were displaced for a while. Most were allowed back into their apartments earlier this morning. One person suffered a minor injury.
Big changes at Castaic Lake this summer for swimmers. The statewide drought is forcing officials to impose a swimming ban. CBS 2's Louisa Hodge has more on the changes there.
It's typically the time of year that people start planning for the summer, but if your plans include Castaic Lake, there is one activity you won't be able to do, and that is swim. You can see easily the low water levels here at Castaic Lake, and all of the swim beaches at the state recreation area will be closed because of low water levels. This year, the drought caused receding water levels at the lake, so much so that the Department of Parks and Recreation officials deemed swimming areas unsafe, especially for people who aren't skilled swimmers. If water levels continue to keep dropping, other activities could also be in jeopardy. However, for now, activities like boating, kayaking, float tube fishing, and stand-up paddleboarding are still expected to be available. While there may be a lot of disappointment about not being able to swim here this summer, park officials say that their #1 priority is safety. In Castaic Lake, Louisa Hodge, CBS 2 News.
Well, time now 6:08 coming up on CBS 2 News this morning. It was a must-win for the Clippers against Oklahoma City last night.
Plus, too much of a good thing, the dosage changed for those taking a popular sleep aid.
Hey, you guys want to meet my new boyfriend?
Yes,
it's Balthazar. Like the character from Romeo and Juliet. He's our pet to love this week. You're going to meet him coming up. He needs a new home, guys, and he is so lovable.
Nearly 3.5 million Americans have hepatitis C, yet more than half don't even know it. Hepatitis C can be transmitted in many ways. It's a leading cause of liver cancer, but the virus often begins damaging the liver before any symptoms appear. That's why it's so important to get tested.
Know your personal risk for hepatitis C, and if you've already been diagnosed, get the facts. Visit hepcinfo.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
What has she been named?
Dido Bell Lindsay. The central moment of the story is Dido's coming of age.
It's quite rare that there should be a child of mixed race living in an aristocratic family.
What of your mother?
I know very little of her.
At least you know she was beautiful.
It's a passion piece about being young and principled and in love.
I love her! You claim love! Yes!
If I had your choice, I would choose the men I loved.
Belle, rated PG, now playing in select theaters.
Back to work.
The Western Extra Bacon Thick Burger, only at Carl's Jr. See X-Men Days of Future Past in theaters May 23rd.
These vets inspire me. I'm Bobby Schreiber, and I've been working with vets for years because LA County has over 6,000 homeless vets, including women combat vets sleeping under freeways and in dumpsters. It's an outrage. The county, the VA, our cities, all of us need to work together and end this, making housing, mental health services, and job training for our vets a priority honors them and their service.
Bobby Schreiber for Supervisor, a progressive problem solver for LA County's future.
At Keck Medicine of USC, a transformation is taking place. One where research is the catalyst for exciting medical triumphs. Where patients are moving from illness and injury into healthy outcomes. And all of the resources of a world-class medical center are virtually right next door. We're changing lives by transforming medicine. Keck Medicine of USC.
CBS 2 News is sponsored by Keck Medicine of USC, beyond exceptional medicine.
It's a Cal State Fullerton tradition, and it was renewed last night. About 1,000 students took part in the annual Undie Run. The run happens each year on the last day of final exams. Police monitored the run to make sure the fun didn't get out of hand.
They're so patriotic, weren't they?
They really are.
Game 6 at Staples Center between the Clippers and Oklahoma City. Clippers got off to a great start in the first half. Chris Paul finds Blake Griffin, then he passes to DeAndre Jordan. Clippers up by as much as 16 points. But the Thunder rally back. Fourth quarter, they're leading 84-80. Kevin Durant for three. Oh no, 87-80. Durant had 39 points. Clippers lose to OKC 104-98, and they are eliminated. And it's a huge night for hockey fans in the Southland tonight as the Ducks get ready to host the Kings for Game 7 at the Honda Center. Pick a side.
Well, that's a tough one.
The puck is going to drop at 7, and the winner takes on the Chicago Blackhawks in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, how about this? Coachella advance tickets go on sale today. The pre-sale tickets will be available on the Coachella.com website starting at 10 o'clock this morning. Tickets for general admission are $375. VIP passes are $799. Next year's festival is April 10th through the 12th and the 17th through the 19th. So get ready. Police Chief Charlie Beck is officially seeking a second 5-year term as head of the LAPD. In a letter to the Police Commission and Mayor Garcetti, Chief Beck says they've made tremendous progress, but there's much more to be accomplished. He was required to submit an application 180 days before his term ends. The commission must decide by late August if they'll keep him as chief.
Time now 6:13, and coming up on CBS 2 News this morning, feud finished? Beyonce breaks her silence about this elevator altercation.
An out-of-control truck. How a police officer managed to defuse this dangerous situation.
Uh-oh. Watch out. And good morning to Mike and his grandbaby.
Right, and that would be Lily Jade.
And her dog. They shared their selfie with the rest of the world, and so should you. All you have to do is use the hashtag CBS2Selfie when you post photos online, and we'll give you a shout out on the air.
Granddad Mike looks good, doesn't he?
Now is the best time to trade in your vehicle.
Get paid for your trade at Ocean Honda. Receive 125% of the Auto Trader trade-in value, even if you don't buy a replacement vehicle from us. Plus, we'll beat your best deal or give you a $100 gas card.
There are chefs that cook food that they believe in.
Be an artist on your own time. It's my restaurant.
So you're threatening to fire me now?
It's what I'm prepared to do if you don't cook my menu.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm lost.
You're never going to be happy cooking for someone else.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna laugh.
Tony, Carl's got a taco truck. For real?
Looks here like you guys are having so much fun.
Dad got me a knife.
What?
He says I love you.
Chef, rated R. Now playing in select theaters.
I'm a mother, and I stand with David Knuth.
I'm a student, and I stand with David Knuth.
I'm a veteran, and I stand with David Knuth.
I love our planet, and I stand with David Knuth.
Soy un inmigrante y estoy con David Knuth.
I'm a Democrat, and I stand with David Knuth.
I'm a Republican, and I stand with David Knuth.
I'm David Knuth. Stand with me. I'm David Knuth, and I approve this message.
Ready for another big day, Bill?
Yes, Cerritos.
For a big deal, come to Cerritos Auto Square's Memorial Day sale. Shop the world's biggest selection of vehicles, plus get top dollar for your used car. It's the Memorial Day sale that'll have you saying,
yes, Cerritos Auto Square.
Driving? Plan for what's ahead. Save time, gas, and monster headaches with Southern California's most frequent reports. Traffic and weather together on the 5s.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sex after
marriage.
Sex after
A long marriage.
Sex after
Pregnancy.
Sex after
Menopause.
Sex after
50.
Sex after
60.
What to expect with sex after. Tonight at 11.
Spring is in the air and prices are falling at Howard's TV and Appliance Spring Super Sale, going on now. Get this Samsung side-by-side stainless steel refrigerator for an unbeatable $9.99. Nobody beats Howard's, nobody.
Mayday! Mayday!
Now is the best time to trade in your vehicle.
Get paid for your trade at Ocean Honda. Receive 125% of the Black Book value, even if you don't buy a replacement vehicle from us. Plus, we'll beat your best deal or give you a $100 gas card.
Weather on CBS 2 is sponsored by LA Federal Credit Union. More LA than your bank.
A daring move by a police officer caught on video. Officer Tim Walker found this truck circling out of control.
So wild.
And nobody's in it. So he tried to jump through the front door, but was thrown to the ground. And then he jumped into the bed and smashed the back window, and he climbed through. Look at this.
That is so wild.
Eventually gets inside and he hits the brakes.
It's like getting on an out-of-control carousel.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. Only much more dangerous.
It's a wild rescue, isn't it?
That is very wild. Anyway, we're going to send it out to Kai Goldberg, who has your morning weather out in Old Newhall.
Yes, I am. Good morning, Sharon. I am in Old Newhall, and I'm here. It's because of the Amgen Cycling Tour. It's just a fantastic event. Everything getting set up right now, and that's a big process. We're going to talk about that coming up in just a moment. It's off to a very nice and mild start this morning. About 60 degrees here in the Newhall area, but beautiful, beautiful conditions. And take a look at this bicycle. This is just one of the bicycles that are going to get these guys and ladies up into the mountain state. They're going to end up in Mountain High. And again, it takes a lot of manpower to get a bicycle race like this going. And for that, I'm going to talk to an expert, Chuck Hodge. Good morning to you, Chuck.
Good morning.
And it does take a lot of man and woman power to get all these tents and all this equipment from place to place.
It is. We have dedicated crews who basically spend the whole week setting up and tearing down and driving down the road with all this equipment.
Yesterday you finished up in Santa Barbara. What time did everybody get here this morning?
We actually have two separate crews. So this crew started in Pismo Beach yesterday, tore down, finished there about 2:30, 3 o'clock, drove in here last night, has been setting up all morning. The crew in Santa Barbara tore down, probably finished up around 11 o'clock or midnight, and has moved on to Mountain High and is up there building.
And then they'll start to do it again throughout the day, and then they go into Pasadena tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have a start here, different location tomorrow, and then that crew up at Mountain Highs in Pasadena, setting everything up again.
Wow, coffee, huh?
Lots of coffee and hopefully a lot of sleep when they get the chance.
How many on the crew?
The finished crew is over 100 people it takes to move this, and that doesn't even include all our contractors that come in and help out.
That's unbelievable. Well, you do a magnificent job. Thanks so much, Chuck. It's just great, and good luck throughout the remaining stages.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, great. Again, Chuck Hodge, he puts all this together. It's a massive event, a massive tour, and they're going to be dealing with some warm temperatures today. Let's get you to your forecast. Out the door this morning, we've got temperatures into the 60s and 70s. Right now, we're looking at those 70s, mid-70s throughout the LA basin. We're going to see downtown Los Angeles today into the low 90s. Yesterday, on Thursday afternoon, another record high downtown. It was 102 degrees in the LA basin yesterday, but today, again, we're going to knock about 8 to 10 degrees off of those numbers. So we could see some records, but I don't think we'll see as many because the onshore flow beginning to move in. Once again, low 90s downtown, ridge of high pressure still providing temperatures at about upper 90s into triple digits for some of the inland areas, especially Riverside, San Bernardino County. But as we take a look at that 5-day forecast, we're going to see improvement. We're talking about 70s for the LA basin by the time we make our way towards Sunday, and we stay nice and mild all the way in towards Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week as well. So that is the good news. More from the Amgen Cycling Tour throughout the morning. It's going to be a great tour. Come on out here, folks. Enjoy it. It all starts at about 11:30 this morning. A lot of road closures. We're going to send it over to Stephanie Simmons, and she's got more on that. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Kai. Hey, that bike in front of you, how much does it weigh? If you can still hear me.
This bike it's not one of the heavier ones, but it probably weighs about, I'd say 6 or 7 pounds, but they use a lot of carbon fiber right now. They use a lot of really light parts, and we're going to talk with some of the pros as we make our way through the mornings, and I'm sure I'll be able to lift a bike like one of those guys. It's probably only about a couple pounds a little bit later on.
Wow, that is fascinating for people that don't know about bikes. I find that fascinating. All right, Kai, we'll see you in a little bit. Let's get to some current problems in the Sepulveda Pass. You've seen this one before, still going on. Both these problems on your northbound side, they are stalls, one at Sunset, one at Skirball. Now you're looking at current traffic conditions. This map updates live, so you can see that green right now. Any second that could turn to yellow like that. So that's exactly what we saw yesterday. I was talking and I said, we're not seeing any backup, and then it turned from green to yellow. So I'll let you know if that changes that traffic flow. Eastbound side of the 10, you've got an accident to look out for at Hoover as you make your way downtown. On your westbound lanes of the 10, we're getting a little slow through the San Pedro area, and also look out for this stall eastbound 105 to the north 110. Sharon.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. Concerns about the sleep aid Lunesta are forcing the FDA to change the recommended dosage. They're cutting it in half. The FDA is concerned about some people who are groggy and less alert the morning after taking Lunesta, so the agency decided to decrease the recommended starting dosage from 2 milligrams to 1 milligram. And breakfast cereals that target kids have too much sugar. That's the word from a consumer watchdog group that says that eating a bowl of kids' cereal every day would be equal to eating, get this, 10 pounds of sugar a year. The Environmental Working Group says cutting sugar will help cut childhood obesity.
Wow. Well, that's disappointing.
Too bad, because I love Fruit Loops.
Shredded mini wheats for me. It's 6:22 coming up on CBS 2 News this morning. Radioactive monsters versus $1 million arm. We've got your weekend watch list.
Plus, Beyonce breaks her silence, what she's saying about an elevator fight between Jay-Z and Solange.
Hello.
Hi, all right, guys, good morning. You've seen him before. Here he is once again, Balthazar. He's our pet to love this week, and he's freshly groomed. I keep sniffing him. Oh, he's got 56 pounds. He's a solid boy, and we've got details on him coming up.
Oh, no! You hooligan!
Nice job.
Good beef. Good beef.
Coco's Prime Rib Barbecue Burger made with a natural Angus beef patty. Served with fries plus a slice of pie, just $8.99. Coco's, it's all good.
Jesus Christ Superstar. The global phenomenon is now reimagined as a rock arena spectacle. An all-star cast. Starring Incubus lead singer Brandon Boyd, NSYNC's JC Chasez, Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, John Rotten Lighton from Public Image Limited and Sex Pistols, and introducing Ben Forster. July 20th, Honda Center. July 26th, Staples Center. Tickets on sale now. Jesus Christ Superstar Arena Spectacular.
If you need cash now, there's money in your jewelry box.
Kevin's gives a 50% bonus in 2 nights in Vegas.
Godzilla is roaring back into theaters this weekend. 60 years after the release of the original Godzilla, the legendary monster returns from the deep to restore the balance between man and nature. You can also catch Godzilla in IMAX 3D. The movie is rated PG-13.
I'm JB Bernstein. I'm a sports agent. Right now, I'm on the verge of a huge break. Without this deal, we're done.
Also in theaters today, $1 Million Arm. John Hamm plays a sports agent looking for the next big baseball star in an unlikely place. $1 Million Arm is rated PG.
Between Slim.
Jay-Z and Beyonce's sister Solange have apologized to each other. Yesterday, the trio released a statement about the video that shows Solange attacking her brother-in-law in a New York elevator. They say that they're all moving forward as a family. TMZ posted the 3-minute video on Monday. The Standard Hotel has fired the person who gave TMZ that security video.
All right, we're going to send you over to Steph, who's with our Pet of the Week this week.
Look at him. Oh, he's ready on cue. He's like,
All
and
right.
I'm on. It's showtime. Hey, guys, this is Balthazar, and he's 2 years old. He came to the shelter as a stray, so he's looking for a really good home right now. He is 56 pounds, and he's a giant schnauzer. I don't know about you guys, but anyone I know that's ever owned a schnauzer, they just start collecting them because they're such good dogs. And I want to show you, too. Rick came over to say hi to him earlier, and he just gravitated to Rick. Now, he likes me too, but that could be a good thing for guys that are looking for dogs. So he's got all of his shots, and he's just a really, really good dog.
Rick, you should take him home.
Sure. With my dog and cat that I have already? Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Wait a second, where you going?
Rick got a big house.
Oh, sorry
you can
about
handle
that.
another dog.
So you've got all the information on the screen there, and
kids,
he's
right?
Oh, look at him.
Really neat.
He looks like baby face.
He looks like one of those movie dogs, right?
Yeah.
He
The
does,
kind of dog they put in
absolutely.
movies all the time. Yeah.
Very much. And you said